Business Summit. International speaker, business coach, and brain strategist, Cassandra Brittle.
Today, we are going to be examining what I like to call my secret sauce framework. Fire, aim, ready. And to a lot of you, that may seem a little funny or a little foreign because traditionally we get ready for something, then we take aim and we figure out the best moves and how are we going to make this happen. And then we take action, but only when we're super, super ready, right? Wrong. I have learned in 35 years and in 15 years of being a successful business owner that taking action before we are ready is a secret sauce to recipe. And so that's what we're going to analyze today. But I'm not going to get super, super businessy. I'm not going to talk about finances. I'm going to talk about mindset. And we're going to go really deep into mindset. Because I am a firm believer that the person that you are here today, and whatever it is that you just wrote down as that goal and that destination, I believe that there's a lot of stuff that's in the way. A lot of fears, a lot of imposter syndrome, a lot of analysis paralysis, and things that are keeping you stuck and playing small. I have seen millionaires that are miserable. I have seen incredibly successful business owners that are burnt out in unhealthy relationships or on divorce number 3. Because they're so stuck in the burnout culture instead of paying attention to their mindset. The motto of my business is that a healthy business, it begins with having a healthy mind. Many of you have probably heard this analogy, and this could not be more true and applicable to what we're going to talk about today. Most people will look at success, other people's success, this shiny version of what they've accomplished, the Instagram highlight reel. I'm guilty of it. And that's all that we're actually seeing. And so we're going to start, I'm going to flip this thing right on its head, and we're going to start right at the end. We're going to start with fire. We're going to start with taking action first. Because I know that there are some of you in this room that have goals that have moved from one day to the next, 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next, maybe even 1 year to the next. And if there's one thing that I can help you with for the next 50 minutes that we have together today, it's to help you take action on whatever that goal is, to become a little bit less stuck. And so I'm going to start with a concept some of you may know of, and some of you may not, but it is called the thought model, and I did not come up with it. But I can tell you that when it was first explained to me in a way that I understood, it radically changed the way that I perceive the world. It radically changed the ownership that I took, and it radically changed the success that I was able to accomplish in my career and in my personal life. And so this is how this works, and I'm going to walk you through a real example a little bit later on, but for now I'm going to give you the bare bones of the thought model. So what happens is we have this goal. Maybe you want to bring into mind the goal that you had at the beginning. And as a result of that goal, let's say I want to make $10 million this year. Maybe that's your goal. As a result of that goal, we have a thought that is formed around the goal. But people will say to you, just take action, just do it, right? Nike's famous saying, just do it. Just ask the girl on the date, just start the business, just do the thing. What are you waiting for? It's not necessarily that easy. And there are a lot of things that stand in our way, but one of the biggest ones that I see is the 4-letter F word that is on the screen right now. No, it's not that F word, it's the one on the screen. And it's fear. But the thing about fear is that it's actually a mile wide. Some of you may have heard this, but it's like an inch deep. So we look at fear and it feels daunting and it feels overwhelming. And it's like, I don't know if I can do this. Can I tell you that my biggest fear growing up was public speaking? It took me a very long time to overcome that fear and realize that God gave me a purpose on this earth, and it was to use my voice. And as long as I stay scared and in the shadows and not stepping into that water, I will never step into my God-given purpose. And when we do that, we realize it's only actually an inch deep. It's not as big and it's not as scary as you think it is. but it does require action. What about perfectionism? Everyone says that they are perfectionist when something is due and it's not quite right and it's not ready yet. It's like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. I got to make sure it's perfect. Can I just burst your bubble for anyone in here who thinks they're a perfectionist? There's no such thing as perfectionism. It's actually just a form of procrastination. And so now it's time to strategically aim on what it is that we're trying to achieve. And aiming, it's not just about movement. It's about moving with purpose. It's about moving with a purpose in mind. And there's three main components to aiming we're going to talk about. The first is your inner circle. We're going to talk about the 1%, and we're going to talk about taking ownership. Because each and every one of these elements is what's going to actually help you move with purpose. Many of you have probably seen this. Momentum, like a bowling ball, can be really hard to get started, really hard to push that along and get that moving. But once you do, that bowling ball picks up a lot of momentum moving down that hill, and it's cooking by the time it gets to the end of that hill, right? It will cause some damage. The same thing is true for you. When we take that first step, you'll feel this sense of movement that starts to happen and starts to really pick up for you. What about the snowball? Same thing. Snowball at the top of the hill, it's nice and small, you happy, toxic relationship. And I took it out on food. Food was the easiest thing for me to feel comfortable with. And using the exact framework that I'm teaching to you today, Fire, Aim, Ready, I was able to recognize where it was coming from, the stories I was telling myself, and fire. Throw out all the bad food, take the courage to leave the unhealthy relationship, and take back control of my life. Ultimately losing over 50 pounds. And that was not an easy journey. But I can tell you that momentum, it is a heck of a lot easier when the people that you are surrounding yourself with are inspiring to you. It is a lot easier to lose weight if the people in your life are getting up at 5 a.m. and working out, if they're choosing healthy meals over eating fast food. It's a lot easier for me to stick to those patterns when the people around me are doing the things that I'm trying to do. And so I want to talk to you for a moment about your inner circle and the people that you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with 5 bums, you will likely be the 6th bum. Whereas if you surround yourself with 5 millionaires, you will very likely be the 6th millionaire. You will adapt their habits, their standards, their definition of norm, the way that they live their lives, the standards that they accept for themselves or do not, the boundaries that they set for themselves or do not. It becomes normal to you. And so you will adapt that into your life. The people that you choose to include in your inner circle, look at your phones, who you have pinned at the top of your phone. The people that you call the most, the people that you ask advice for. If I were to start another business, I sure in heck am not going to ask my mom how to start a business because she's never done it. But if I want to make an apple pie, I'm going to call my mama because she knows how to make an amazing apple pie. So think about, who are you going to for advice? Are you asking somebody who's done the thing that you're trying to do? Because that's really the only person, yourself and them, are the only people you should be asking. When I wanted to become a speaker, I hired myself a mentor. And I didn't just hire any mentor. I hired a mentor who doesn't stand on a stage for less than $30,000. And after that, I hired another mentor who doesn't stand on a stage for less than $50,000. Because I know if I'm going to learn from somebody and if I'm going to ask advice from somebody, I want someone who's done the thing that I am trying to do. And so if you can and if you're able, we have only a couple minutes left, I'm going to ask you to stand with me. Because I have an invitation for you. Every single time that you are feeling that fear, and every single time that you are feeling unworthy and you are feeling scared and you are feeling like you are not ready, I want you to stand up, give yourself a bit of room from the people around you, and I invite you to open up your arms nice and wide. And in this stance, we turn our gaze to our left. And when we do so, we remember our left is where we used to be. Our left are all of our stories. These are the lessons that you have learned. These are the failures that you have had. These are the courses that you have taken. These are the pounds that you have lost. These are the breakups that you've been through. This is everything that you've gone through to make you qualified to be in the position that you are right here, right now, today, making you ready. And friends, I want to remind you that not everyone has walked this journey yet. Not everyone is as ready as you are. There are people that literally need you to stand in your confidence and to lead. And so every time you're feeling inconfident, we get up, we spread out our arms, we look to our left, and I remember that's where I came from. But I'm not there anymore. And at one point in time when I was there, I didn't think that I'd be here. But through the baby steps and through taking action and through that momentum, I became ready and now I am here. And then we gaze to our right and we remember that in this beautiful journey, I still got some growth to do. These are our mentors. These are the people we look up to. These are the top 1%. I know some of you, your arms are getting sore. This is where we are headed. This is the knowledge that is left to come. This is the growth that I have left to do, but watch this. When I do this, I step into my growth, I take action, and I move. The pool of people on my left grows too. The people that I'm able to help and that I'm able to serve, it grows too. By you stepping into your confidence and into your power, the people on your left, it grows. And so you deserve it. These people deserve it. They need you. You're never going to be 100% ready. But in this process, you can lower your arms. Some of you are struggling there. But in this process, we become ready.